Hi everyone. So I would love to say thank you for everyone who already joined and subscribed. I feel like this is a little milestone in my shamanic path, like really coming out here and sharing with you. Somehow I was always like a little nervous and anxious about speaking for people or in front of people, but I'm getting there, and with little small steps. Like I even said, like I have a dream, like speaking in front of like millions people, and yeah, like really touching them in their heart through everything I would share at that time. Because who knows what will happen until then, like how many things. But let's sit here and continue with our shamanic topics. And the next one will be about self exploration, accepting and loving our nature. So, first of all, I would love to start there that our human nature, it is like amazingly and absolutely complex. So when we are coming on this earth, or we're born, we are still in this very pure phase. We are very connected. We're having different like natural skills and abilities. And by time like we are starting to receive different education from our family or from kindergarten or school, slowly this like openness, and connectedness starts to like being closed, or like being like hidden from different programmings, belief systems, what we are accepting as our truth from, different, like as I said, society, family, friends, people around us, and so on. And in a lucky or a happy like case in adulthood, or even earlier, like we can get to this phase when we are awakening to ourselves, and we are realizing that, or asking ourselves like who we are and what we are doing, in this world. And that's when really like can start the self-exploration process, and it is important in my vision, like to ask ourselves like who we are, what we like what is close to our like nature or abilities, natural abilities. Because I'm remembering back in my shamanic journey, like for example, realizing that I love to spend out in time in nature, like I love to live out in nature. I love to use different like weapons, okay, which is like arrows and bows, axes, knives, like all kind of like that. I feel like it's really part of who I am. Or for example, like yeah, living in cave, like really that primitive lifestyle, it's really part of me. Or what else, like very much the creative side, but also the, if I think on my shamanic work, the hands-on healing, so like all this, like the dance, like a lot of things. And this is why I want to even tell you that usually, like let's say before we start on the shamanic path, like, or we are having that regular general everyday life, we are kind of like living in a box, and we think like, okay, this is who I am. But for the shamanic people, this box, it gets to be this like really really like wide range of things, and aspects to ourselves, with what we really need to explore. And that's like a long and then deep process. And not just that explore, but then make it like come together, like all that, and make peace with it, and like it, and love all that about yourself. So even just a little example, at the moment you can find yourself that you are like listening to heavy metal and throwing axes, and then in the other moment, like like you are listening to some romantical emotional music and you're crying, you know, and you would like think like what the hell is going on in me, you know, with me. But even especially, you know, in youth and in childhood, when parents are really responsible for us, I heard many examples that the parent just didn't know, like, oh, something is wrong with my kid is schizophrenic, has multiple personalities, which is really not true. It's just like showing how complex is that kid, like as we are adults, but we just got like all programmings like piled up on that complexity of our humanness. Also, like I would love to share with you that many times at appointments I hear from people that they are going to like psychologist, or they went to psychologist or psychiatrist, and that they receive this labeling, like they say that this is your problem, we need to treat this, you know, like giving you pills, or like you need to come for like 20 appointments, or you know, things like that, which is, even by the thing I just said, like that we are very complex, you know, the person who is working with someone, it really needs to understand that person in depth, you know. It's not just like I'm putting a label on you and like now I got you, you know. It's, we have like a golden rule in shamanism that never think that you figured out that person, because then you just shut down that person, you know. So you always have to keep yourself opened. And the most important thing in our work is that we care about people. It's not just like, you know, many times I'm seeing this like very rigid forms, you know, like, yeah, just the person who is working with another person needs to be very just human, you know. Yeah. And I had a couple more ideas. Yeah, and also I experienced that in personal appointments, that they are saying, people are saying that they received like much more in just one appointment with me in 2 hours. And I refer this like to knowledge, to, let's say, practical skills, to, yeah, different informations, you know, like they can understand better themselves and what is really happening with themselves. Yeah. And this is really surprising, but the time, as the time passing and I also get more experience, I'm just realizing, no, this is really that system out there. And yeah, we just need to flow with that, and hopefully more people like will find yeah, us, and not just like seeing us, because many times I'm seeing so much labeling also on shamanism and shamans, and yeah, that what we are doing, you know, out in the forest and so on. No, we are just really bringing back some old knowledge, some old ways of seeing things in this modern world, and yeah, which can be really helpful in the modern humans, let's say. So going back to self-exploration, I would just give you a couple ideas, like where to look. Like, for example, you can look back like how you were as a kid, what you liked to do, like what were really your things, you know, what really moved you, you know, and put that in a little box in your mind, explore that. And then you can also, which it was also like a big journey of mine as well, like explore your sexuality, because that's a big part of your humanity, that's the base of humanity. And explore yourself, like what you like, who you are there, you know, so you can get closer even in your nature, like that. Or like I can give you an example, like I had a hidden thing going on, like I couldn't really accept that because that wasn't really accepted by let's say society, family, and so on. It was the aggressive part, you know, and that was a big thing to like accept that in myself. I think many people out there has this, because there is a lot of programmings on this topic as well. And this is why like this can go very deep. So like even when I'm talking about this, like we can't really like expand this topic because it's just so like wide, you know, and deep. But this is something we are doing like at I am doing like at shamanic appointments. And what's important that this is a space, a safe space where we can really explore these things, you know. And what is important that these appointments are very like discreet, you know, appointments. So like we are really keep intimate the everything. It's like getting to be explored. And what it's important that in this safe space, if you can accept things about yourself, what probably we can't, or you can't accept about yourself out in society, then that just helps like you to keep work on yourself and accept yourself and love yourself. And then you can like be that human being who can be like fully like integrated, and you can just walk like really in a peace and in an alignment with yourself out there, which is, yeah, like we wish there would be more people doing that and going through that process. Yeah. So this is really it for this topic. As I said, this is a very vast and deep topic. If you have any question, like feel free to make comment, or if you have like a private question, I have two ways to connect with me on Facebook and on Instagram. The same name, Shamanic Woman. You can write me there the message. And yes, thank you very much for your time, for your patience to listening in this very fast world, you know, where like we are just scrolling through things and we are not having that much patience anymore to, yeah, to go through things. But I wish you enjoy these videos, and soon we'll come back with the next one. Bye bye.